In life, small problems can sometimes make us feel deeply sad, while others face even bigger troubles with calm and strength. Why is that? It's because some people grow their hearts so big that pain no longer has any place to stay. Today's story will show you that if your heart is small, even the tiniest problem can make you bitter. But if your heart is large, even the hardest moments will feel lighter. So as you listen, try to see your own reflection in this story, because it's not just meant to be heard, it's meant to be felt. Once there was a young man named Ryan who was unhappy with his life. He felt like nothing was going right. Every day was filled with worry and sadness. But one afternoon, Ryan went to a small cafe in town to have some tea. His mind was heavy with thoughts. He didn't have a job. His family kept pressuring him, and he was afraid of what the future might bring. He sat quietly in a corner, lost in his thoughts. At the next table, a few older men were talking. Even though Ryan wasn't listening on purpose, their voices reached his ears. One of them said, "Do you know that old man who lives behind the hills? He looks ordinary, but he's full of wisdom. My son was lost and hopeless, but after meeting him, he changed completely." Another replied, "Yes, people say just talking to him can lighten your heart." Ryan suddenly paid attention. "My life is a mess too," he thought. "Maybe if I meet this man, I'll find some peace." That evening, Ryan quietly walked toward the hills where the wise old man lived. After a long walk, he reached a small house and knocked on the door. "Grandpa," he said softly, "I have many problems. I feel nothing but pain and sadness. Please tell me, how can I be happy?" The old man listened quietly, saying nothing. Then, without a word, he stood up and went inside. Ryan sat there, confused but patient. A few minutes later, the old man returned with a glass of water and a small bowl of salt. He handed both to Ryan and said, "Take a handful of salt, put it in the glass and drink." Ryan did as he was told. The old man asked, "How does it taste?" Ryan frowned. "It's awful. Too salty." The old man smiled. "Now," he said, "take another handful of salt and follow me." They walked together to a nearby lake. "Throw the salt into the lake," said the old man. Ryan threw it in. "Now," said the old man, "take a sip of this water." Ryan cupped his hands, drank some, and looked surprised. "It tastes fine," he said. "I can't taste any salt at all." The old man placed a gentle hand on Ryan's shoulder and said, "My son, pain in life is like pure salt. The amount is always the same, but the bitterness you feel depends on the size of your heart. If your heart is small like a glass, even a little pain will make your life taste bitter. But if your heart is big like a lake, the same pain will dissolve and lose its power," he continued. "The glass and the lake are like patience. If your patience is small, small problems will feel enormous. But if your patience is big, even great troubles will seem small. No one in this world lives without problems. We all experience sadness, just as we all desire happiness. But remember, we can't truly understand joy without knowing pain, and we can't grow wiser without facing challenges. When we focus only on our problems, our lives feel heavy. A single handful of salt can make one glass of water bitter, but it can't change the taste of a whole lake. So when pain comes, don't shrink your heart. Expand it. Be like the lake, calm, vast, and full of depth. Only then will you find peace and happiness in every season of life. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who might need it today. Thank you for listening.